show.
Just kidding. Not really.
Yeah. All right. What's up, guys? I'm Random Frank P. Back with another podcast. Very unstructured. Only done 2 in the past. And each time we've either lost a member or gained someone new. This time we're back with one new person. We'll go around the table, introduce ourselves. So first up, we got Andy. You can give your Twitter name as well and say what's up.
I forgot my Twitter name because I changed it again. But hey, I'm Andy. I don't know why I change it every time.
We'll put it down below.
I've been here before, so this is my, what is it, third?
Yeah.
Cool. So.
Solid. What's up? I'm Billy. Twitter, @BillyGartrell.
And obviously I'm Random Frank P, but yeah.
Troy, @TroyShouter.
Newcomer here. And, we usually don't do these very frequently because we've graduated and last year we were all in college. So these aren't very structured. We don't do them on a certain time schedule. So we do them when we can. And we enjoy them. We're all pretty good podcast enthusiasts. So we're just gonna roll with it. I have some topics to talk about today, some tech stuff, some gaming stuff. We're pretty much just gonna roll with it and see how it goes. So yeah, you guys ready for this?
Yeah.
Last time we did one was in, I think it was end of May. It was right after graduation.
Is that long ago?
It was, and it was right before E3.
Oh shit!
And we talked about some games.
It's forever ago.
That were going to be announced. One that I want to bring up just to kind of get this thing rolling, we can then take it from wherever, was, remember we talked about Need for Speed? How they were going to we were pumped for that because it was the new Need for Speed Underground.
Yeah.
It came out and it's shit.
Is it?
It is. It looks gorgeous.
I didn't even hear about it.
Yeah. It's a very, visually heavy kind of game, but it looks great. But the gameplay is just very, dumbed down. But I just want to bring that up because we've all been Need for Speed Underground fans for a while.
Okay.
And I was pretty pumped when they announced the new Need for Speed, but it's been shit.
All right. Now you say it's been dumbed down, but this is something that I've had a theory about, is that as we get older, we feel like something's been dumbed down, but it's just we're not experiencing it now the way we remembered experiencing it. I'm sure if we went back and played the old one, it would feel kind of nasty and clunky maybe.
Yeah. But
at the same time, it wouldn't even be how we remembered it feeling.
Well, this is 3 buttons. accelerate, stop, and power slide.
Yeah, that's all I used in the old one, unless you drove manual, and then you would shift.
That's true.
So,
but at least we had control. This one, it just feels like you're barely driving.
Is it autopilot?
It feels like that, yeah, and that pisses me off. Again, a game looks great. The story mode is very very corny. The actors are they do a bro fist, a fist pound every 3 seconds.
Nothing wrong with that.
Troy's all about it.
It's a rough game, but
well, the first one was like that though too. From what I remember the story about, the whole thing is underground street racing. You want to make that so classy, you know what I mean?
Frank's experiencing it right now. He's experiencing the way he's remembering
Your 14-year-old self was fuck yeah! Yeah!
Exactly.
NOS! Give me more NOS!
Yeah, that was button number 4, I believe it was. It was NOS.
Yes.
And that was it.
Well, we didn't even talk about this last time. We brought up how were games, might have been the first podcast, but were games, or are games as good as we think they are? Or remember the whole nostalgia goggles kind of thing.
I think I like that term. That's an awesome term. I think for their time period, yeah, they probably were. They were awesome. Apart from some for instance, we like Pokemon Coliseum, but even though it got shitty reviews,
that game's still fucking awesome.
It's still a cool
Pokemon
game.
Stadium and shit. I played that a few weeks ago.
The amount of times that we just battled each other.
I know.
So for that time period, I think whenever a game came out, yeah, it's awesome. Obviously, it's gonna be bad now because they age, but they certainly don't play the way that we remember them playing. And I think when you have a remake nowadays and people want to revive a series, it shouldn't try to play like the old one. Yeah. It should try to play a new game and try to hit that spot that we remember it feeling like. And I think that's the hard part because you're almost adapting to a false memory. You're designing to something that actually hasn't been experienced.
Yeah, nothing can really live up to your nostalgia factor.
Yeah.
Just like the new Tony Hawk apparently was.
I was gonna. Yeah, it is literally one of the worst games. It was on sale for $20 last week.
Did you play it? Oh,
no, but I've seen tons of gameplay and it is a shit.
Your face was no.
I'm not playing it. It's not worth it, and it's a shame because it was the king back then.
Yes.
Everyone was pumped for Tony Hawk because it was fun.
Dude, the music
Skate,
was such an important part of my young life.
That shaped generations. People listen to music. Skate came out and destroyed it.
Skate
And
was
that
sweet.
killed Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
If a new skate came out today, I would buy that in a heartbeat.
Right.
I think Tyler the Creator tweeted recently. He's like, "Just give us skate,
Dude,
or something."
that
I
would
was
be
like,
sick.
That'd be cool.
Frank's been preaching this for a while.
Troy, what's your favorite Pokemon? I mean, we talked about Pokemon. That's one get you a little involved.
First gen or
out of everything.
Anything you
Favorite
know.
So
Pokemon.
first gen.
Yeah.
Oh man, like I wouldn't. Yeah,
Your top 3?
top 3. I like Geodude.
Okay.
But,
Has dude in it.
Yeah, I mean that. And, like I just felt like he was. I don't know, dude. He was fucking cool, and Gengar was pretty sick.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
that's
was
true.
sick.
I saw a thing about that, if you don't mind me interrupting.
No,
Gengar
yeah.
is apparently like the shadow of Clefairy. If you ever
Oh, interesting. I never thought about
Because
that.
it's a shadow Pokemon, but it might be. I don't know if it's true.
No, that would make
They
sense.
kind of have like
kinda
the same
cool.
like fat body.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
So I mean, it could have just been like a guy designing one. He's like, okay, I gotta make a shadow Pokemon. I gotta make a Clefairy or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's just, we'll make the same thing because I want to go home early today.
Yeah,
or
kinda looks
something. So
And probably Machamp.
okay,
Machamp's cool.
Machamp was sick. And like any of the ones that you had at Alakazam was pretty cool. So I mean, I already named 3, but like Alakazam, anyone that you had to
Top 4's cool.
trade,
First top 4.
you had to trade in order to evolve. Like those are usually pretty
Oh
cool.
yeah,
But-
true.
Yeah.
I always hated that because I didn't have like siblings or any of that. I'm like covering my face with the.
No,
It's definitely sibling friendly. Like,
Yeah, and then the link cable, and I never bought accessories for everything. I'd always
Yeah.
like bum off my one friend that I got like Pokemon from way back in the day, and like I don't think I ever even owned like Red or Blue. I
Yeah.
just had them like borrowed or like on loan, and then I eventually gave them back. The first ones I actually bought was I think like Sapphire, and it was just for my birthday because it was my birthstone. So mom like, oh, Sapphire version. And I
That's
think-
cool.
Yeah, and that was it. And I was like, sweet. And then my grandma got me Ruby for Christmas. I was like, oh god, I got to play it again. I think.
I used to buy every version.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah. See.
Yeah, and I would trade with myself
I
sometimes.
had silver and gold. I mean, Kurt had blue, I had red, and then Andy had yellow. Caught them all. Literally,
I never had blue. Blue's like
So
the only version I've
If you,
ever had.
if you trade with yourself, does that make you a Pokemon master baiter or master trainer? Or
The puns.
how far can I go? How deep
What's
does
your
this
Pokemon?
hole go?
What's your favorite Pokemon?
My favorite. Oh man. I used to
Oh,
like.
yours.
I used to like Cyndaquil. Like
He's
series
cool.
2 was pretty sweet. 'cause
Oh,
it was
okay.
neat.
Dude.
Second
Yeah,
fire
Like, I
starter.
never really watched it that much.
Uh-huh.
Maybe like I guess like Lucario because he's like a
Oh,
new one.
okay.
He's pretty sweet. He's in like the Super Smash Bros. He's actually a really
Yeah,
fun
The blue
character.
guy, right?
Yeah.
Blue foxy looking.
He's a fighting type Pokemon.
Yeah.
Fighting Steel, maybe.
I don't know.
I don't
That's
know
like
either.
out of my
He might just be fighting.
Pokemon element.
I forgot, but
Let's guess
yeah,
each other.
Pretty cool.
Onyx.
Charmander.
Charmander.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was
I
gonna be
knew it was one of the
Step
fire
Yeah.
It was
ones.
gonna be a Step Brothers movie, like favorite non-pornographic.
Say the same time.
Onyx.
Good shit.
That's funny.
But again, while we're on the topic of Pokemon Go coming out 2016.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
you
I
guys
was
are
wondering where you
real
were
into
going
that.
with this.
I'm pumped for it.
Have you heard about this?
Yeah. Oh,
It's pretty much it's an app for your phone, right? But it's like a mobile game,
Yeah.
and it's like a virtual reality Pokemon. So you have it up, and it's very like location based. So if you like, we live in the woods pretty much. So there's gonna be like a lot of like leaf and like rock Pokemon around us. You can catch and like trade with people and,
So-
and fight the
okay, yeah.
Pokemon.
That's pretty.
So
sick.
yeah, it's pretty much like the Pokemon games, except we're like
We're the
we're the
character,
person,
yeah,
and
it's
it's based on
actually pretty sick.
location. And what's cool about that is it is extremely location based. So we're not gonna be able to get Pokemon that are strictly water based by the ocean, or if we're not gonna get anything that would be like in a different part of the world.
so you're saying we got to go on a road trip?
Road trips,
Does
yes.
countries matter? Can I get like a Pokemon in Brazil?
I think there are different country
that'd be
locations.
sick.
Pokemon.
The Pokemon in those countries have accents. That's all.
yeah, right.
But
I'm trying to think of
They're just
like,
not
a
as
Pokemon
wealthy. They can't afford the amenities.
It's like third world Pokemon.
yeah. Oh, that's a Brazil Charizard. I'll pass.
But it's supposedly free. There are microtransactions, which kind of makes me weary, like what they're going to hold back. But I mean, for a free game, I would be willing to spend like $10-$20 for certain DLC that'll get.
You think
me
it's
more
going to be
things.
like you got to buy Pokeballs though with like real money?
See, that's what I'm thinking. Like they might, or you probably like find some here or there, but they'll probably give you like 20. Oh, 3.
Oh, sorry. I'm like,
See, I don't know. So it's gonna be very interesting to see what they hold back from us and make us spend. But
So-
I think you're.
Did it?
Camera just
Okay, that's
went.
fine.
That's
So
all right.
I'm thinking like, what would, how like you would step or walk around in Pokemon and
Yeah.
like that would like evolve your egg. What if you actually like get an egg or something? Like, I don't even know if eggs are in the game.
That'd be
But
cool.
like then you actually have to go and walk around to like hatch your Pokemon.
Well, that was always like those little
just
petameters or whatever.
or you
things that
just sit on the couch and watch TV and just like shake it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
It's I don't know. It's there've been very little information so far about it, but it comes out sometime in 2016.
I'm weary. I'm just gonna say.
Yeah?
I'm not gonna
Conceptually,
believe
it sounds cool.
Yeah, conceptually it's
Yeah.
cool, but like I just feel like the tech like isn't.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think it's gonna be weird.
There have been. I can't remember the name of it. I played it a lot freshman year in college.
Yeah, you
I showed you that.
Yeah,
My
and
one
I
of my
played it for like
friends-
5 minutes and I was like, eh.
Yeah, one of my friends from college in freshman year, his like friend from back home developed this game, and it was kind of like Pokemon being location based.
Yeah.
You had your very own like special. They weren't Pokemon; they were like monsters. But you'd like walk around. I lived in a pretty like small city, but like the more you'd walk around, you could find and fight other monsters. So it's pretty cool. If it's anything like that, it'd be interesting to see how they take it like in a Pokemon standpoint. But
Can you battle?
yeah, you can battle other people. I don't know about like battling just like straight up other Pokemon and stuff. I mean, I'd assume so.
okay.
But like, what about like, are they just gonna have like a virtual reality trainer? Because there are gonna be badges. There are
I was
gonna be
thinking
gyms,
gyms, dude.
Yeah,
Like real life
they
gyms.
are gonna
There's
have
gonna be people
that.
like
You go into like a gym.
Oh,
there's just some dude in there.
No, like you go into a building and there's people there like waiting for you, like with their iPhone
Just standing there.
Yeah, like people are taking it really hardcore. Like
See, that would
That'd be so cool.
that'd
actually.
be something I'd like though. Is if they would like arrange an event
They are gonna have
in
events.
their
yeah.
world and then say it's going to happen here, and then the people that actually go to it, and then you just made some like cool friends and stuff. It's
yeah, and
almost
like previous winners would be like the gym leader or something. Like I don't know.
oh
like,
yeah,
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 that'd be
absolutely,
So we'll see this year. Don't want to spend too much time on something we don't know about yet.
right.
But it's the end of 2015 already. This year flew. Like
Yeah,
it's bizarre. A lot of games came out. A lot of things.
Yes.
A lot of big games came out this year.
a ton of big games.
Let's like a quick little recap. Don't want to
Actually
spend too much.
games.
Yeah,
Like-
for real. Just quickly, we had a Fallout 4 last month.
Yep.
Halo.
Oh, I was trying to point at your hoodie. I'm so sorry.
Fallout 4. That's okay.
I'm just gonna shuffle this.
Should we? Should we get a? I
Oh,
can
will you
go
swim
run and
with
grab
me?
the thing. What? No.
Oh, yeah, it's just.
I don't want to. I can get like a napkin or something
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
just-
I mean, I only got on my pants.
I'm sorry.
It's my hoodie. It's
Let's
actually,
just keep talking.
It's everywhere.
We'll clean up in a little bit.
Yeah, it's all good.
Okay.
But Fallout 4 came out.
I don't know where to put my hands now.
Just
Yes.
Halo 5,
Yes.
The Witcher.
Yes.
Those like the three like main,
ass.
the big games. We also had Battlefront or
We did.
Battlefront.
That's
yeah,
right,
We keep confusing Battlefront, Battlefield.
Yeah. So it was Halo. There's Witcher, I believe first came out. When did that come out? September or?
yeah, that was a little bit earlier.
Okay. Then
The Witcher.
Yes,
That was May, I want to say.
it might have been.
Oh, was it in the spring?
I believe so.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
Yeah, I don't.
It was
I don't
somewhere
remember.
when it was
I didn't
more.
play it.
Yeah.
Billy played it. Billy's the only one who played that. Then October was like when like
Everything.
the big stuff was coming out. Like
Yeah.
Halo came out in October. Solid multiplayer. Even though, don't get me started on the radar.
Quick
God,
thing. I love Halo. Multiplayer is awesome. That first week was hell.
on Warzone.
I played a lot of SWAT, and I tweeted it.
Oh.
I was playing SWAT once, and I don't know if the team was hacking or what. No one on the opposing team had a head, so you couldn't kill anybody.
Whoa.
I'd never had that in Halo before.
That's
was fucking
crazy.
annoying.
I didn't experience that, but like there were some like really try hard kids like on like the first week, like especially that ranking.
yeah.
The way they place you in the ranking system is actually pretty decent. Like it'll pair you against like a couple low ranking guys, and then it'll hit you against like somebody really hard, like going into like midway through your, I don't know, whatever your rank system is. And then once you get through your placements, it'll kind of like put you in the middle, but you'll be like on the up and up. It like ranks you a little lower, so you can kind of lift yourself.
Okay.
But then it wouldn't let you like drop below. Like if you already made it to say platinum and you were in like the lowest of platinum, you wouldn't drop below platinum. You wouldn't ever. You would just be like at the lowest of platinum. So that way you can kind of like get better and not just like be stuck within your skill set. So that was really cool. But the issue that I had was the radar is so small.
Yeah, I've heard.
And I heard something recently about it being to like cancel camping. And I feel like it does the exact opposite. Because for me, I'm like, I can't see anything. I'm not going to go too far.
And
I'm
I
just
know
gonna
it's-
see if I can see somebody way over there.
I know it's very different from like the complete opposite of the Destiny radar, right?
Yeah. Oh,
It's like, and Adam
Destiny
Kovic
radars.
from Funhouse was talking about it. Like,
oh yeah. Oh, I
it's
spawned.
just-
Hi guys. I'm
like if
already-
you see someone and I think it was like Destiny, it means like they're like right next to you, or they're far away. So I know it's opposite
So-
for the games where he was like, you see someone freak out thinking they were right there, but it
Yeah.
just meant they were like in that direction.
The radar for Halo is way too small for the speed at which you move as a Spartan.
Okay.
Like it's crazy fast. If there was only like maybe not sprinting and like shoulder charging and all that stuff, it probably wouldn't be so bad. But I see someone on my radar and I'm dead by the time I see it flash across. Like it's crazy. Like you can like, and I guess like you don't keep your eyes like glued to the radar anymore, and you just kind of have to play it like more of like a Call of Duty style, where you're not relying on it as much. You're just more like map awareness.
Okay.
But some of the maps are very like convoluted in that there's really tight areas and there's really wide open areas. So if you want to go
Yeah.
across like a wide stretch, you better just hope no one's aiming out in the
Exactly. I haven't played. Again, my big thing. I like playing SWAT a lot, and I don't know if I haven't really played it a lot the past like month or so. But the first few weeks I was playing SWAT on those maps was horrible for spawn camping because you would spawn, and since the maps are very wide open, like I got spawn killed instantly. I would say at least like 50 times.
Lines of sight.
And it's the most annoying thing because you spawn and just die instantly. It's like, well, what the fuck?
Lines of sight are rough on some of the maps. So like again, like there's some really awesome maps which play really well on certain game types, and then there's really bad maps that will play just crap on that same game or a different game type.
Have you played it at all yet?
No, I played the beta with you or whatever, but I haven't played it once it came out.
Podcast beta.
And it was
fun.
fun.
I remember that.
Does it have maps from previous?
No.
Well, yeah, midship.
Okay, all right. It has like
midship?
it has remakes.
If I saw it, I would remember.
Or, like
Yeah.
spiritual successors to maps. But I mean, I don't even like that map. Like that's one of those maps where I'm just like, I hate this every time. Just
What is cool though is they are doing like all the map packs, all the add-ons are gonna be free.
I mean,
Yes.
I'm always
used to
down
be.
with that.
Yeah, so I'm pumped for that. Again, I don't want to spend too much time on one thing because we're already up in like 15, 20 minutes, 17 minutes. But I thought altogether it's a very solid game. I heard a lot of mixed reviews about the campaign, but I enjoyed it.
It was cool.
I thought it was cool.
I'm just like not really interested in Halo anymore. Like, unfortunately, like I really like I appreciate, I don't know, the whole series. I really like them as games, but it was like, I don't know. It's just something that I'm not like excited for when it comes out. There was like a week where I was like, I'm probably gonna buy this, and then that week passed, and I've always just been like, I'm not gonna get it. I'm glad I didn't buy it. Yeah.
It was if you're into like the Halo lore and like seeing like old characters reunited and like learning more and like experiencing like some of the other alien races. Like you go to the homeworld of the elites or the Sangheili or
That's
however you
cool.
want to call them. So that's pretty neat, and you work with them and you learn more about like their culture. And there's a lot of like stuff and collectibles and audio logs and things. And
I just want the gameplay, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, I
which
just
is
miss
super
playing
solid.
with friends
It's
like all the
probably-
time online.
it's probably the most solid Halo gameplay experience I think I've ever had. Like Halo 4 was awesome. Halo 4 I felt like it played better on Xbox One when it came out in Master Chief Collection, when it actually worked. But then like Halo 5 came out and was just like, here's this polished Halo version that's not held back by technical limitations of a previous generation. It's actually like, what we can bring to the table in a solid, well done format. And I think having that early beta early on was what made it so good. I mean, I sunk like 80 some hours into it, like just doing like campaign, like multiple times with friends
That's
and all that
ridiculous.
sort of stuff and and playing the game. I think my KD's like 2.2. I actually logged in the other day and did terrible. I'm so bad right now, but I don't know, rusty. Too much Destiny. Because that's the other thing is I go back to Destiny. Because that's another good game, but not as much content, but something about it just brings you in.
I don't want to spend too much more time on Halo.
Yeah.
We've been a lot of games. You've been playing The Witcher a lot.
Yeah, Witcher's awesome.
I've heard really good things about it. I haven't played it yet. I played The Witcher 2 right after I was on like a year's binge of Skyrim. So I didn't like
see,
it.
that's hard. 'cause
I didn't
it's
give it a
like-
fair chance.
It's comparable.
Right.
Yeah, so, and Skyrim I would say is better than The Witcher 2, but Witcher 2 is cool. Witcher 3 was the reason why I got an Xbox.
Cool.
Because it was like such a big game and like, I don't know, it just looked beautiful and I was like, I don't know, I gotta try it. But it was really good.
Awesome.
I don't have a lot of time to play games anymore, so like I'm not really super far into it or anything. But it's just like a good game, like entertaining every time I go in. And I love like that whole aspect of Skyrim where it's like you just log in and you're like, oh, here's a cave, and you just go in and you just stumble into something,
Yeah.
But it's got a lot of that, and it just like feels like a very like an alive world, and I don't know. Great. It's a great game. Cool. It's actually that's really why I didn't buy like Fallout, because it's like it's so big that I don't really want like another big game. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, no, that makes sense. And Troy, you're the FIFA guy.
Yeah.
What are your? Because I play FIFA a lot as well. What are your thoughts on 16 compared to 15?
Well, all right. I first started playing it, and like I played I always play the computer first, and like I haven't played this FIFA as much as like previous. Like I've had every FIFA since probably like 07 or 06. But all right, so at first I hated 16, and then I realized like when I played 15, I hated 15 because like it's like user error. Like I'm not used to it, so like I'm getting the shit beat out of me. It's like I don't like it. But then like after playing it for a while, I definitely like 16 better. Like they added a few features. One being. I played soccer, so like one thing is like if the ball's coming at you and a defender's coming, you can like let the ball go across your body, and like
that's pretty cool
without touching the ball, and that's how you beat the defender. And like you couldn't do that in previous versions. So if I have a guy coming on me and I have to take a touch, I'm screwed. Like he's flying at me, got to drop it. But in this, I can like if he overcommits, he's screwed. So like there's that feature. There's a hard pass feature, which is useful, but it's not perfected yet. But it's a good idea. And then there's other stuff like manager mode, which has not something within the gameplay, but other stuff that they updated that's like good. But it's not nothing drastic, because it can only be so drastic. But like the changes they made, I think are positive. They just need to be like fine tuned. So
yeah. See, I played a shit ton of FIFA 15.
Yeah.
Me and my roommate Tim last year. The second semester, he was in Colombia for the first 2 months, like working for something. I forgot what it was. Something in his field. He came back February 12th, I want to say. And we played over 250 games from February to the beginning of May.
Okay.
Just me and him just nonstop.
Against
just
each
playing.
other?
Yeah, it's back
okay,
and forth.
yeah.
And like I feel like 15, like I can go back and just master right now. 16, like you said, made a lot of good improvements.
Yeah.
But some things still just piss me off beyond belief. Like there's a thing we call like the FIFA gods.
Okay.
Like if you're doing this shit one day, obviously the FIFA gods are just fucking you up.
Yeah.
And like the FIFA bullshit, like stuff will just happen that just does not ever happen, but it'll happen to you.
Yeah, I'm trying to think, because I said some positive things, but there's definitely negatives. I just can't like off the top of my head think of what they are. But there definitely is like shit that just doesn't happen.
A lot of things we always talk about too that I hate is they have like magnetic hands and magnetic feet.
Yeah.
Like the goalie, no matter what, the goalie makes zero error when it comes to like a cross or like a corner kick. If it's anywhere within the goalie's reach where he can run out, he will catch it, he will punch it away.
Yeah. Crossing
like
is
you will head the ball through through the ball. But if it's in the goalie's hands, it doesn't matter. Goalie has it. And like with the magnet feet thing, like if someone's just gonna like come up to you and like try to like take it, intercept the pass, like they can just run up to you and they have the ball and just keep going. Like that pisses me off beyond belief. But I mean, it's a really fun game. I feel like, and I've said this numerous times, not like on here, but FIFA is the only game that will make you experience the full range of emotion.
Yeah.
within like that, like you will be happy, then fucking pissed beyond belief, and you'll score an unbelievable goal and it'll just be amazing.
Yeah.
So FIFA is just a very rare game where you experience everything, and it's a roller coaster of emotions.
I want to see this magnet feet you talk. I got a really funny mental image where it's just like a guy like going to like kick a ball, but then his hands and feet just go.
No, it's not like that.
Right. It's just, that's what came.
But yeah, so FIFA. You had Fallout 4 come out recently.
FIFA. I just want to say, FIFA is like one of the only games that I will play like with somebody next to me anymore.
Yeah.
You know, like I miss that so much, and that's one where it's like you're yelling and like it's just
Oh my God,
I don't know. It's so good.
Rocket League.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up too.
Rocket League.
Rocket League, a big game. I know, what the hell are they called? The Keeley Awards or something like that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, the Game Awards.
Yeah, this new thing that came out.
The Keeley something.
I don't have the list in front of me of who won. We could probably talk about that, but
Rocket League got like indie game or something.
yeah, Rocket League, and I don't think Andy, you have it. I don't think
do you know what Rocket League is?
I've heard.
It's like soccer with cars.
It's so good.
It's really cool.
You got like really good reviews though, right?
Yeah.
It was like
I never played it
for a couple months.
Yeah.
I guess it still is, right? It's still massive.
It's just kind of like quieted down a bit on the internet.
Yeah, I haven't played it much recently, but that is another awesome game. Very esports friendly now. They have a lot of like big competitions.
Yeah.
And,
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Man, I there's so many things. I mean, I'm sure every generation says this, but like when we were kids, man, like I wish this stuff existed because like we would be so.
Remember
sick.
how much we would play MX, like ATV, like that dirt bike?
Yeah, and we just like.
And there was like that one mode where we can like hit the ball back and forth. And we would play that for a while. And that's kind of like what Rocket League is, but like in a stadium, and you can like ride up on the walls. You have like jetpack boosters.
It's more refined.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So Rocket League is an awesome game.
Well, it's a sequel actually to an old PS2 game that I guess wasn't as popular, but it also had like a ridiculously long title. You could probably Wikipedia it or something like that. But it was kind of the same, but like you just said, it's refined.
Is it the same company? Like same
Yes,
publishers?
I believe
Oh,
so.
I didn't know
I
that. I
believe
thought it was
so.
just like a random startup.
Rocket League is
Yeah.
EA Sports.
No,
No,
this is-
no,
I was
it's,
gonna say, it doesn't seem
I
like
forgot who that was.
Psionics or something like that.
Something like that, yeah. But yeah, Rocket League is awesome. Battlefront. Actually, we'll talk about that after Fallout 4.
Yeah, that one came out last. So we
Fallout 4, I enjoy it.
awesome.
I only have like
awesome.
5 hours in.
I
And I know
that's-
you play it a lot.
oh
my
God.
cousin plays a lot. My brother plays it a lot. My friend Luke is just absolutely like just killing it. Very quick. So again, I don't want to spend too much time on the small stuff, but there's a lot you can do in Fallout. Just give us like your brief thoughts on it.
I actually never fully beat Fallout 3, but it was one of those games kind of like Skyrim where you could go in, explore, you feel like you're lost in this world, you go in, you do a thing, and you feel satisfied even though you've kind of accomplished like nothing, you know? New Vegas, I felt like I had to beat the game even though I enjoyed the gameplay mechanics better.
Okay.
Fallout 4 is actually an RPG in like the Fallout world that feels like I'm in 3 with the gameplay mechanics of New Vegas, but refined. It's like actually a good shooter now. Like I'm not depending on VATS because it's clunky.
Yeah,
you know?
Fallout 3 was pretty bad in terms of shooting.
Yeah,
I mean, it was enough, but
it's not a shooter. It felt like okay, it's an RPG. I'll forgive it. Like if it was an FPS, I'd say it's garbage.
Yeah.
But it's not an FPS. It's like you could play it in third
Yeah.
person as well. But like I play Fallout 4 in first person now.
Yeah.
Like I don't play it in third person at all.
It does first person better than some first person games do,
Right.
which is cool.
Absolutely. And the fact that I can kind of have that like satisfaction of all right, I'm doing a first person game, getting this whole like first person perspective and experience, kind of like when GTA had their first person revamp. Like
Yeah.
you get that whole new view, and I'm like, yes, this is awesome. I love it. So it's kind of like that all the way through. Tons of stuff to do and so many different ways to do it, and just like even like the one big aspect of the game with like all the crafting is like super entertaining.
Yeah, I'm really pumped to get into that.
And
I haven't yet.
Making your settlements is like a game in and of itself. So it's like you don't have to do anything. You could literally just not go do any missions or nothing, and you could just slowly grind up experience just building your settlement and going to other little settlements and building those up, and making them cool, and it's crazy. I haven't really tapped into that, so I don't want to talk too much on it, but there's some crazy stuff out there in the community that's like awesome. I don't know how else to say it. Just I don't know how they build stuff like that in the game. So for the creation engine that it has already is pretty cool. So
Nice. Quick little break. We're going to come back, talk about Star Wars, both Battlefront and the movie, spoiler free, and then just talk about like life. Just random shit. All right, so we'll be right back after this ad read. Yeah, so we lost a person. Where we live,
was a terrible
it's very strange where we live. We live in like northeastern Pennsylvania, where in the summertime it'll get up to like 100, and in the winter times like negative very frequently. But it's December and it hasn't snowed yet. It's been pretty warm, but today it started sleeting, pretty cold today. So he wanted to head home to avoid the mess in the road.
Yeah,
so
it can get
we lost
bad
Troy.
quick.
Yeah, definitely. But for the ad read, this video is partially brought to you by Loot Crate. If you don't know what Loot Crate is already, I've done a ton of unboxings on my videos. But Loot Crate is the monthly subscription service box where they deliver a themed box right to your front door. All different things like gaming, movies, anything entertainment related is fair game pretty much. I know Andy, he's got this sweet Fallout 4 hoodie.
Fallout 4.
I'm rocking this Bill and Ted's Adventure shirt. I don't know what it is, but it's a nice shirt.
Done that better.
I mean, I don't know what it's from. I've never seen the movie, but it's pretty cool. All the Loot Crate boxes now for every month will include a free T-shirt.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, it's a cool addition. I know this month is Galaxy themed, so you get like Star Wars and Halo 5 stuff coming out pretty soon. So if you want to sign up for Loot Crates, head over to lootcrate.com/randomfrankp. Use code word random at checkout to save you guys 10% off. So if you're doing like 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, save yourself 10% off. I'll put the link in the description down below. Loot Crate's pretty awesome.
dude, it was cool. I got this is actually from the special edition Fallout 4 Loot Crate. It was like $100. I was like, oh, I don't know. I've never done this before.
Little steep.
So that was actually like what I dove in on. So I'm not a subscriber yet, But I hope to be soon.
Yeah,
You know, I
that's
totally
cool.
use your
Did
link,
you get a lot of
but-
stuff?
Sweet stuff.
Yeah, no, they got like it's sweet quality stuff too. Like I got some collector's pins from the Fallout like universe. This hoodie, which is awesome.
I mean, the
actually.
hoodie's
It's like
sweet.
It's
That's-
a good
yeah.
hoodie. It's a color I didn't have, so I was like, yeah,
Yeah,
let's
it's
do
cool
this.
scheme.
Some little like beverage coasters, which are pretty nice too. A couple posters and then like a Brotherhood of Steel flag, like a full size flag.
Oh, that's cool.
So I'm like, that's pretty awesome. And then I also got like a over the shoulder like hipster backpack thing that's basically like the same color as this and has the 111 on it.
All right, cool.
It's cool. I
Nice.
like it. I don't think I'll use it because I'm not in school anymore, but I might.
Yeah.
So, it was good. It was definitely, I think, definitely worth it.
Cool.
Sweet.
Absolutely worth it. Oh, and a dog meat plushie.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, yeah, the best part.
Yeah, I was gonna say
It's
that's
sitting on my desk right now at home, and I'm like, oh yeah, that thing. I forgot. It's really cool.
So I'm drinking this Strawbanero wheat shock top.
Yeah, the
This
spice
this
is
isn't an ad read, but very interesting. It is Belgian wheat with habanero peppers, strawberries, and orange peels. Very interesting mix for a beer. At
Yeah.
first I didn't really taste it, but the more you drink it, it gets
There's a spice.
more spice to
Yeah.
it.
I like the first half of it.
Yeah, the first
And
half.
then the second half, I was like, I think I can do
It's a solid mix of like sweet and habanero.
Sweet and habanero.
My
I don't
two
mind.
favorite flavors.
Yo, how you guys feel about umami? You hear about this?
Umami.
So it's like
Yours or mine?
internet. Forgive me if I'm wrong. No, it's like apparently it's like a new flavor. So you know it's like
Yes,
sour,
I know
sweet,
what you mean.
savory, or whatever, and then you got this thing called umami.
It's a new sensation.
Yes.
Like a sriracha kind of thing?
Your Racha or my Racha? I don't know.
I don't know what sriracha would fall under, but
Yeah.
apparently it's like earthy flavors.
Like that, what the hell is that stuff
Like-
called?
Like Pantones?
Like so I was talking to somebody and they're just like a potato, right? And I was like, I don't know what falls in the spectrum of umami.
Umami.
But that kid said potato, and I've just been thinking potato
Okay.
ever since. So
I gotta
I just want.
Wikipedia this.
Never mind. No one knows what it's about, but I just want to say, how do you guys feel about a new fucking flavor?
I want to hear
Probably
your
should
guys'
first.
thoughts.
In the comments below.
No, I
Yeah.
just yeah.
Tell us down below. Umami. Are you digging it?
Like, comment, and subscribe. Dude, I put in umami. What's the suggestion is umami.
What is that stuff that's like, not tofu, but it's like this new thing that's like an alternative that people have been eating? It's like an oil-based solid.
What? I have no
What
idea.
the hell is that called?
like gasoline oil?
No. It's a food that people eat, and it's like apparently it tastes really bad, but it's really good for you.
I don't know. I don't know why we're not just eating supplements yet.
Yeah,
Come on, we got drones.
like food pills and stuff.
yeah.
Um,
Because I will miss food.
I don't
so
know.
bad.
I'll let you look that up real
taste
quick.
is one of the 5 basic tastes together with sweetness, sourness, bitterness, and saltiness.
so it's like a combination of all of them.
Well, no.
So it's one of
No,
the
no,
5
it's one
basics.
of-
Oh, it's one of
Yeah.
the 5.
Together with sweetness, sourness, bitterness, saltiness. So that's 4. And then umami is this other
Oh,
one.
so umami is the savory.
It is the, yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So,
So it's like a
wonder-
steak
This
umami?
might be one of those things that
I think
actually...
I like gravy.
People taste umami through receptors specific to glutamate. I'm done. I'm not reading anymore.
Yeah,
That's-
that's too much. It's over my
I've
head.
never heard of that.
So I think it's one of those things, like one of those like flavors that like fast food restaurants get you, that like hook you
Like
in.
hooked on.
Oh.
I think it's that kind of thing.
Interesting.
Anyway, I want to see some comments. About
Yeah,
this.
I want to know what your guys' thoughts are on umami.
Can we make that the title of this video?
umami. Just the double.
No one will watch it. What the
Troy's
fuck
gonna
does
like
that
put the like, oh, how's the podcast? And it's,
mean?
oh, it's great.
No,
And it's
Troy
just-
left at a bad time. I feel like he'd really like to
sees-
chime in.
He sees the title. He's gonna be like, what? Look at it.
We'll come back to the more chill stuff afterwards. Real quick, I want to talk about Battlefront and the new Star Wars. Battlefront, I think, is awesome. And you're a big Battlefield fan.
I
right?
love Battlefield. Well,
This-
playing with you guys specifically, I've had
Yeah.
so many great like
Battlefront
memories.
is very similar to that because like we've had games where it was like you, John, and I,
Yes.
and John had some connection issues, but it was still really fun. It feels a lot like Battlefield, just
Which
in
is
Star
awesome,
Wars.
yeah.
Yeah. I would say like the first few hours are kind of rough because you don't have a lot of unlockables. You still have to like unlock certain stuff, and it's like when I first played it, I thought it was cool, but I wasn't wowed by it.
That's what I heard. Like I heard it was kind of just like
Yeah, but then
Cool.
like I said, I started unlocking more things like the thruster jetpack, and once you start finding out like that you have to pick up like the hero pickups and you can start being them, then it's really fun. Like just to be like Darth Vader or Luke Skywalker is probably like picking up because you can go on like a 30 kill streak
around the battlefield.
Because you can just go on a tear and kill like 30 guys, and it's really fun like that.
I always like that about the old ones, like Battlefront 2, when you can become a Jedi and just fly around. Like that was so. Like,
it is really fun. I mean, I would recommend picking.
What's it like playing Han? Like, is it cool?
Yeah.
Okay. Because like having a lightsaber is sweet, you know. But I don't know.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Leia's pretty good too.
Are you in third person when you play as them?
You can do
either one.
Yes. You're third when you play hero.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You're third when you play hero.
Do you guys play third when you're a trooper ever?
Yes.
You're big on.
I usually play first.
Okay, I probably would play first.
The thing is, it's like
you do get more surrounding like vision when
for it being a first person shooter, it doesn't like it's solid, but it still kind of feels like arcadey. And like it's not game breaking. Yeah. Like you don't have a specific advantage in this because they do have the third person. They had, I guess, to balance it that way. You don't have really any more of an advantage for accuracy. I feel, at least, although I play on a controller, so maybe you mouse and keyboard guys are a little different.
No.
I don't feel like there's that much of an advantage over third person. So I just played in third person because it's pretty. Like I want to see my awesome character model.
It's a very good, like visually
pleasing game. Yes,
dude, and that one mod. Or whatever
on PC,
it looks
there's
incredible.
a mod on PC, I forgot what it's called, something like Real FX, whatever, but it literally, I don't know what it does or what it like removes, but it makes it seem like you're watching a movie. It is insane. Again, it's only on PC, but it looks very awesome. But yeah, I think this game as a whole, I would have liked to have seen a single player sort of aspect to it with like a little story, but they probably had some sort of limitations since Force Awakens just came out, what they can and can't do.
Can you play like with NPCs?
Not with them. There's like a survival like mission kind of mode thing. You can go through like waves and stuff.
Because like that's all really the story was in the past. It was just like, here's the same exact thing you'll play, but just with robots.
Just with bots, and then like some cutscenes in between. And I think like that's the thing too is like a lot of these games now they have such long production times to meet the quality and the standard. For you have two years to make this game, and it's like, whoa, what do you mean 2 years to make this game? It's like 8 times bigger than it was last gen. So what the heck? Yeah. And so it's like, well, you got to do it. So too bad. So then all of a sudden it's way more expensive. So now you have to condense like what you actually are going to do, and whatever the players are playing, which is multiplayer. That's where you get a lot of your replay value in Battlefield and all that stuff. Nobody plays the campaigns. Like you look at Mass Effect, I guess the numbers that EA had, there was only like a like less than 0.5% of people that actually, like according to their records, actually beat the games like through, or even played all of them through. Good times. Some people jumped on like at Mass Effect 2 and that was it. I know you played them heavily over that one summer. And,
I did.
You loved it, and like, but
Plowed
again,
through
like
all 3.
Yep, and those are big games.
I still haven't finished 3.
Exactly. Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. It's like people will play them, they'll buy them, they'll be super excited, and then all of a sudden you realize. There's not as many people beating it.
This is hard.
Yeah, there's not as many people beating it as, you'd think.
Yeah. True. And Battlefield always got a rap for having a pretty shitty single player.
Yeah.
Yes.
Even though, like, I mean, it was horrible.
Fine. It was okay.
Yeah, I mean, it was playable.
But honestly, like, if they didn't include it, I wouldn't get it.
Yeah.
So I totally get why they're just like, let's just do. Do you think it should have been like $40? Or like a little bit cheaper? Or do you think it's worth the $60 price point?
It is worth $60 just because like the sound design is phenomenal. Yeah. Like you are extremely immersed into the Star Wars universe. Like we said, it looks very good, very fun to play.
Good.
I got it for $40 on Amazon, so you can probably still find it for under $60.
And it has a very like soft level cap too. Like all of your guns and all the things you'll need for like balance and stuff, you kind of get by the time you're level 25, which is like I guess like halfway to the max. So you can jump in and like you could still use some of the first couple weapons you have to start with are still viable like throughout the entire throughout the entire thing. So
here's a question.
For you, I think it'd be perfect because you don't game as much as you used to. You can just jump in, have fun, put it down.
That's why I like Destiny so much. I mean, Destiny is like level heavy and gear heavy, but like at the same time, I'm good enough at it where I can still go in and beat a lot of people.
Yeah. Right. For Crucible, but for any of like the environment, very behind.
I generally play Crucible, but. Okay, so you know how Battlefield, again, sorry, I don't want to like stay on this for too long.
No, it's fine.
So for Battlefield, you know how there's like, it's very class heavy, where it's like, if you don't have people on your team playing a certain class, like you're going to lose just because that's just how it is. It's not like that, right?
Not at all.
Okay.
There are no classes.
Oh, okay. I just assumed because it's like
that's one thing I thought about too. But yeah, it is
not at all.
Zero class based.
They totally lightened it.
Yeah, strictly about your gear and like what you're doing.
Okay.
Your squad is actually you and one other person.
Yes.
You pick a partner.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I don't even use
I'm okay
it.
with
I just spawn. One thing I don't like is you can't, like, if you take a location in a certain game mode, you can't spawn there. You have to spawn in the same spot every time.
Oh.
That kind of pisses me off because I like to be in the action and just spawn right there.
How big are the maps?
Big.
They're not as big as Battlefield.
Okay.
I would say maybe half Battlefield, but there's still like a lot.
Probably.
There's still dimensions.
Okay, cool.
Some maps are bigger than others, but again, like it's a beautiful game, and it's pretty leveled out because there still are like the planes, not planes, but like the air vehicles and stuff like that. Yeah. So it is big enough where you can fly around.
Yeah.
I think it's a solid game.
Cool.
Especially when you get the hero pickups, like that's an ultimate like adrenaline boost because like you're pretty much unstoppable. So it's like how many people can I kill before I'm killed?
Yeah.
You see the one guy at like the end of the game, he's like 47-3, and you're like, how did you do that? And he's like, oh, that was
Luke.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Luke or Vader, whoever else. Yeah.
All right, so how do you guys feel about like there not being any like new content? Or not new, but like
Force
like the
Awakens.
new
Force
movies.
Awakens stuff.
Very strange because before that came out, everyone thought that it was going to be based on the movie. That's why it
Isn't
was
there like
kind
a Battle of Jakku like map or something?
Yes, that came out December 8th for everybody.
Okay.
I think it came out a little earlier if you had like the pre-order, which I had, but mine bugged, so I'm kind of bummed, but whatever. So that came out, and then it's actually a battle that is before the movie.
Yeah.
So it doesn't actually like Battlefront. This game actually takes place in between 6 and 7. So it's not going to have any like along the timeline. At least that's when I was looking up like the novels, like what content now for Star Wars is canon because Disney decided to change all that. So, but I mean that's okay because now I'm not going to read half as many of the books as I was going to. But yeah, as far as timeline goes, it's in between those two pieces.
So you can't like play as Finn, you can't play as Rey or any of the people in there. Like obviously, still
That would be so cool though.
It would,
because
and
like everyone loves those characters.
Well, there's Battlefront 2.
I know. I really can't wait till we get to a point where it's like, kind of like Destiny. We release a game and just keep piling stuff on it. Like, there's no need to release a whole new game anymore.
PC's been doing it for years, but I mean, again, it's a console market, which is always a little more standardized and slower to catch up to the the trend that makes sense.
Because
after a while.
it would just make sense to me. It's like we got Battlefront. The key gameplay mechanics are great. Like. Just keep putting on maps. Make it a different movie every expansion, and then you'll have one game that can do everything. And like I'm sure they'll find improvements and stuff.
StarCraft been like Wings of Liberty came out a while ago, and I actually just picked up Legacy of the Void, which it's really good. Although it's been really like overlooked. It got really awesome reviews and stuff. I'm enjoying it. I haven't beaten it yet, so don't spoil it for me. Probably beat it tonight because I just said that. But yeah, like that has that thing. Like it was a completely different game. Like the user interface, the hub, all that like changes like, and has changed every time like a new expansion comes out. It looks like a completely different game, but just because it's content on a hard drive now, you're not just reading it from a disc. You should be able to update those assets whenever you feel like. But that's the hard part with a console is you can only update that so much because they're still gonna have to install all that content from that disc.
Yeah.
In the first place. And then you'd have to reconfigure it every time. Like, say you uninstalled your game because you're running out of hard drive space, unless you own a digital copy, then it's not a big deal.
Let's not get into that conversation. Yeah. we've talked a lot about that.
Yeah. Altogether, very solid game. I would have liked to have seen some, like, because they have pretty extensive, like, custom character making. You can, like, change what your guy looks like.
That's cool. I didn't realize that.
You can play as, like, different unlockable characters. So like it would have been cool to have some of the newer guys in there and some like the new maps and stuff like that, just like certain locations. But oh well, kind of stupid, but whatever.
It's just weird seeing stormtroopers without helmets on, and like
you can play the stormtrooper like without having
the standard is like a helmet, and then all the other like unlockables and stuff are like without a helmet, bald guy, without a helmet, beard, without a helmet, like faux hawk, like it's just
weird.
All right,
just quick, not very non-spoiler, anything related to spoilers.
Again, hard. I'm gonna try.
Yeah, what were your thoughts on the movie? Again, very quick. We still have a lot to talk about. Just like
I thought it was really good.
Cool.
I'm not a huge Star Wars. We all saw it together, but like, I'm not a huge Star Wars. Well, okay, I really like Star Wars, but I'm not like the die-hard kind of Star Wars person. So for me, I was like, great movie, like entertaining, sweet, but I wasn't like, what, like like totally going wild. But I'm gonna say since then I've watched all 3 prequel movies, and I was like, this is much better than the prequels.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah.
And I want to watch like the original. Like it's gotten me into Star Wars again, which I think is like a big deal, and I want to see it again now that I'm like in the zone.
Yeah.
Because I think it was like I haven't been into Star Wars for like a couple years, like like really into it. So
Missed some of like the Easter eggs and like
Exactly.
jokes like that that were good.
Yeah, I mean, I thought like graphically everything very just appealing.
it was just a good
It
movie.
had, it was
like
I think
especially for a movie theater, it was just like loud, big, like funny,
it was.
I
2 hours and 7 minutes, but it
didn't
felt
feel like
it felt very quick. Yeah,
Wow.
like, I was still wanting more at the end, so I'm
Me
happy
too.
I did that. 3 cons. Again, I always pick out more cons than I do bonuses or like pros.
Hey, that's the internet. You know.
Yeah,
You're in
but
the right
3
place.
things that I picked up on that really bothered me.
spoiler free.
Yeah, very spoiler free. And this one's not really much of a spoiler. But the first one is Phasma as a character.
Wait, who's Phasma?
She's the silver stormtrooper.
The Silver
captain.
Stormtrooper.
Oh yeah.
They did
Irrelevant character.
completely. They did so much marketing on that beforehand.
character.
Like a lot of the stuff they would like show off because it's a badass person. Like it looks badass. It's like a chrome stormtrooper. Tons of like action figures
Yeah,
and
there's like
toys.
those pop action figures.
Literally in the movie for less than a minute altogether. That pissed me off. 'Cause I thought it was a cool person.
And
same thing
hold on,
with-
we're starting to spoil.
Are we?
I don't know, less than a minute. Now you know
Well,
that's
that's not too much of the
okay,
plot,
all right.
but,
Sorry,
like-
I'm just like I don't know where the line is.
It's not a plot.
yeah, no, that's
so
the farthest we'll go. For
we didn't tell you
spoilers,
anything
but-
crazy, but yeah, I mean, Grand Moff Tarkin. He's not in really anything other than
Dude, Admiral Akbar.
yeah. Returning.
I've said too much.
Next thing is I don't know if this was on purpose.
It's hard. It's like
It is.
It's hard to tell. Like, I mean, it's not like that's not a plot thing.
Yeah,
It's
True.
Not. It's just there are cool characters that are around.
but like there are tons of pop figures. There are tons of like really cool
I
Phasma
agree.
toys, and it's just like
I didn't even know the name.
yeah. Another thing is something I picked up on. Don't know if it's a mistake or not, but numerous times throughout the movie, I found that they would do this. That comes down to one of two things: either there were a lot more CGI, like graphics and scenes than they want to admit with characters. Because I noticed in a lot of scenes, they would do this thing with like a follow focus where the character would be quickly in focus. Like a lot of the close up shots, their face would be very quickly in focus and out, then in, then out. So I don't know if that was their way to kind of like take the attention away from it being like a fake scene.
Oh, I noticed it in dialogue scenes.
Yeah.
They would like there'd be 3 people in the dialogue, and instead of just having them all in focus, it would be like in focus here, in focus here, in focus. Is that what you're talking about? Or is
Well, no,
it...
that's
No, I'm
normal,
talking
though.
like
that's-
real close ups, like
Okay.
someone's face.
Oh,
and like it would be like real sharp and just like come out, then zoom back in, then out.
It could
for the
just
focus.
be to
But-
shock, like to cause like some uneasiness or like because you
No, because it was very subtle, and only if you knew anything about like someone who's pulling focus
okay.
behind the scenes.
Well,
So it's
maybe
either they
they
have a
did a
really
bad
shitty
job.
person pulling focus, which I doubt.
Yeah.
Or they use a lot more CGI than they're like
could have used it
willing
to
to
cover
admit.
up some seams on some.
could be like it
I'll also
could
pay
be
attention to that again.
could be a
next time.
manual thing or could be like an added effect. But I picked up on that. And last thing was, and this is pretty much every movie, but like in certain, I don't want to give too much of the plot away, but when they're on that other planet and someone leaves like that bar and it's like wanders away,
Oh.
they always just find each other insanely quick when they could be miles apart. Like when someone like walked away,
Oh, yeah,
and they
yeah.
just turn a corner and they meet up again. That always pisses me off in every movie.
That's the
but,
force, man, bringing
yeah.
everybody together. That's, I don't know.
yeah. I mean, altogether, I thought it was an awesome
Yeah,
movie.
yeah, it was
Definitely
cool.
worth the price of admission. And
Yeah, it's one of the only movies where I've been like, I want to see that again in
Yeah,
theaters
yeah.
because it's just such a good theater movie. You know?
Yeah.
But and there's rewatchable value there, like
Oh, yeah.
because there's a lot of hidden things, and like especially if you're a Star Wars fan, there's like all these little tiny things like thrown in, and I don't know. And I've heard a lot about like for voiceovers and stuff, like other like mainstream actors who did them, who I had no
Yeah,
idea, and like little cameos and stuff that I had no idea.
I saw that
about.
afterwards too, like Daniel Craig.
Yeah, well, I was like, that's so cool because that's a great scene, and I was just like, oh wow, I had no idea.
I think we could. I don't know. Would that be a spoiler? The whole Daniel Craig scene?
No, you can tell me later.
Okay.
You can tell me.
But yeah, like Daniel
I'm fine
Craig's in there, Simon Pegg's in there. And just a bunch of like pretty high profile actors are in it, but you don't know because they're behind a mask or they're just doing a voice.
Or voiceover, yeah.
Yeah, but pretty cool.
with it. Sweet.
Do we just talk about life and shit? Keep it real simple. Keep it.
How much
chill?
more time do we have?
That's got at least 6 minutes. Probably like another 20, 25
Okay,
minutes.
cool.
So what's been going on?
What have you been doing?
This is where we kind of break it down. Just quick backstory if you guys haven't watched podcasts in the past. I've known Billy since first grade.
Mm-hmm.
Andy since fourth grade.
Then I met Andy in 8th grade.
Yeah.
But we were pretty much friends because we were like, yo, you know Frank?
Yeah.
And he's
That
like,
was
yeah.
it.
Yo, you know
We've all
Frank?
been friends for a while. And we've pretty much been doing this for a long time. Like, we've been making movies. I know me and you started in like 5th grade.
Mm-hmm.
We've been making movies pretty much our entire lives.
Awful movies.
Awful, yeah. We were skateboarding for like 5 years and we never progressed. And a lot of our movies were like spin-offs of like Jackass, like movie, TV show related stuff.
It's more like a documentary of life.
Yeah.
I feel like.
That's what it's turned into in the end.
Not so much of it is like plot, even though some things were just like dumb little skits that we would put together.
Yeah, we always
like,
do dumb
after
skits.
school. Because I don't know if I don't feel comfortable with calling them like movies, but
No,
I guess
they
like
were
for
not
our
movies.
level,
We didn't get into like making movies until
8th grade.
and we've never
that's
finished.
when we first started.
Because the first
we
one
have,
we did
like,
was Worst Day Ever
Worst
with
Day
Justin,
Ever,
and I
yeah.
met Justin in 8th grade.
Yeah.
I might have been 9th grade, but whatever. It was like that
I'm like,
time.
yeah, we tried a lot of things. And I talked about this a lot on the Project Random series that I had very faintly last year. Someone asked about like if I ever wanted to make a movie, what would it be? And I talked about the whole Slender Man thing.
Oh, yeah.
Which would have been awesome if we would have got it out and finished. But we started a pretty good Slender Man related movie back kind of before it really blew up. That's why
Marble Hornets was big at the time, but like that was kind of the only like mainstream.
Yeah.
That's not really mainstream.
Well, the games
but-
came out after.
Yeah.
But we made a Slender Man movie back in the day that never got finished. Yeah, we've been
Do you
making
have
shit
clips
our
of that?
entire life.
I feel like you should put that like on your channel at some point. Just like, you know,
I did for that one episode of Project Random.
of that movie?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like quick like behind the scenes stuff that we were filming.
nice. I'll have to look that up.
I'll link that down below too. But yeah, those files are on a hard drive somewhere. But we've been doing this our entire life. Freshman year, I don't think it was high school. I'm pretty sure it was freshman year of college. We started doing podcasts, and we had around like 5, and they were strictly audio based. And we just kept running out of like bandwidth to upload to on the website while it was free. So they were like some are on SoundCloud, some are on iTunes, some are on like some other random.
You could just do SoundCloud now, and it'd just be so much
we
easier.
could.
Yeah.
I know. I sent it in the like our group text last month or a few weeks ago. Then did you listen to it?
I didn't, but I remembered.
It was funny because that was freshman year, and we were still talking about the upcoming games. That was before Skyrim and like Battlefield 3 even came out.
That'd be cool to just listen to now.
We were talking about rumors of the Xbox One when it was like the codename Phoenix or whatever.
Okay.
And in that episode, you said like, I doubt I'm even gonna be gaming at the time. Like when that stuff comes out, you're like, I don't know. Like I think I'll be a gamer my whole life. But, like I don't know if I'll even be into it then. I think it's funny because now, like, now
very accurate.
So I thought it was funny. But
wow, you called yourself like spot on.
Yeah, I know who I am.
I love how we're still doing this though, because we've been doing it like it's our entire lives. I've been filming since I was in like 4th, 5th grade.
Well,
so
like,
it makes sense that I'm doing YouTube.
Can I mention the video that we made today?
Yeah.
Okay,
definitely.
yeah. So we were filming a drone review with Frank, and it like we had mentioned earlier, it was so cold out. Like today's one of the first like really cold days. And I was just like, this reminds me of that one time we were skateboarding behind CVS trying to film Andy doing kickflips because he's the only one who could actually skateboard well.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Yeah, it was just cool to have like that moment of like, wow. Like, and that was another thing. Frank, every time Frank comes to my house on these like little breaks, like I'm always just like, I can't believe all of this. Like it's just crazy because we would do this and put it on our MySpaces. And like we would be stoked when like 500 people would watch our like trailers for these fake movies and stuff.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
So it's just I don't know. It's crazy.
And that all kind of falls back onto my name.
Yeah.
And when I talked about this on my vlog channel on the first episode, like the whole Random Frank P history. Back in 7th grade when we started, we had like Random, the movie, like Volume 1, Volume 2. But we started with like Random Volume 3, I think. Like, that's like our first
because
movie.
we had 2 other movies that were never finished.
On
So we
VHS.
Yeah.
So we had a whole random series of just us again, just doing dumb stunts, just filming random shit that we thought was hilarious.
It still is hilarious.
It is.
I think.
It's hilarious at a point where like it's like wow,
Probably
It's
just-
cringeworthy.
that's 5th graders
hurts
like
so
doing
much.
nothing.
Yeah.
But
Not
yeah,
anybody
so
else.
I was like Random Frank P because of the name, like Random, and that's how it stuck with it. And I uploaded videos on this YouTube channel, not thinking it would go anywhere, just to upload videos. And here I am, 152,000 subscribers later.
It still blows my mind.
It's like
insane.
there's not like a whole lot of like depth really to it. It's just like that's kind of it's just been. Like it's one of those things where it just started. And now it's like a long. It's like it's like that word just kind of has like a history of like our nonsense. Yeah, that's all it is.
And like if I could change it, I don't know if I would. Because like a lot of the big tech, a lot of the big tech YouTubers now will just have it like as their name. Mm-hmm. And while my last name is pretty confusing, people wouldn't be able to pronounce it. I think like randomfrankp, like it doesn't really relate to tech, but it's just appropriate for me.
I think it's cool because the whole random word means that you can do anything with it.
Yeah.
Because it's not like
you don't have to
tech frankp, you know, so you're limited to tech.
Right. Yeah. You wouldn't have
That's something that I always like feel like I messed up with the band. It's like Worries PA, and I'm like, yo, if I ever move, this is like, I don't know why I ever thought that was a good idea, but you know.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Anyway.
My channel has changed a lot. Like I started off, 2008 when I made the channel, it was us just doing random shit.
Yeah. Then I still uploaded, like if you go all the way back, that's awesome.
I had someone comment just yesterday on not Worst Day Ever, like the Slayer Productions like reunion trailer.
Like the really action trailer?
One, and Ninjas vs. Pirates.
Okay.
Someone was like, now this is the content I want to see.
now they want it. No one cared back then.
Police guys.
Oh, dude, Police guys.
They were great.
That's funny. See, the thing is, I think like now, if we were to actually do those things in like kind of like the same vein of what we did, but like put like some more
good
effort into them, like they'd be really funny. I think.
I think about it a lot. I would love to just start a second channel, like an anonymous channel, just like full of either like skits or just like doing something completely different.
You're almost at the point where like once you can sustain doing your tech stuff. And it's like not taking up all of your time anymore. Yeah. And then, you know, I feel like you could probably take that switch and just be like, here's this channel.
Yeah.
Because like there's a lot of like was it Slow Mo Guys and like Rooster Teeth, like that's a completely different thing, but like you know, involved in it.
I mean, I kind of experimented with that. Like, I have my second vlog channel, which I never really update. I do maybe like one video every like 2 or 3 months, which is like an update about the channel.
But that's like easy, and it's like it's not like a whole different focus.
It's not it's not a commitment. You don't say, hey, I have this video coming out this day, I have this video coming out that day.
Well, and I also thought about doing a gameplay channel. Because
I miss your gaming stuff.
Yeah, I do too.
I love, and I miss yours as well.
Yeah.
I just don't. I'm tired.
Because I don't game as much, and I would much rather watch you guys than like random people.
I did one with Tyler. Tyler was on the podcast before. We actually played Rocket League, which we talked about earlier, and that was really fun. And just watching like myself like play a game. I mean, this is gonna sound stupidly like narcissistic, but like it was more just like a memory of like hanging out with a friend and having a good time, which I guess is like what Let's Plays are all about. Yeah, you know, and like if someone can't sit there and play games with friends or whatever, you get to experience that game. You know, and that experience that they're having, like, from their perspective. And, like, sometimes it makes you cringe because you're like, oh, why are you playing that way? But, like, everybody plays differently.
It's more just like to hang out, socialize.
And,
Which is why I love video games. Yeah. Like, that's why it's always been fun with us. Just, like, something to do, you know?
And if it wasn't for video games, I would not have this channel because of that goddamn 2K video. Which is like, it's like the family joke now whenever we all get together. Because like that video is just so ridiculous. And that's what got me, that's partially what got me on YouTube.
I mean, that was the kickstart, but then you sustained it with actually good content.
Yeah, that keyboard video. Someone just yesterday was like, my name's randomfrankp and I buy keyboards just for lights. I was like, this video with keyboards and lights got me like 10,000 subscribers itself and a career out of YouTube. Yeah. And that's exactly what happened. Like that video took off a lot quicker than I ever could have imagined. I wasn't even big into keyboards. I just thought they were cool and wanted to talk about them, compare them. Never even thought it would get over 2 million views. Yeah. And that's my highest like video on my channel.
And that's what's so great is that you've had a video of actual real content that has surpassed. Because that was like daunting, you know what I mean? It was the best thing that could have ever happened to you, but also like such a shadow of like, will I ever get out of this?
I don't know if you guys have seen that or not, but if you go on my like not the product stuff. If you go on my channel under the like popular uploads, it's like the second one now. It is me playing NBA 2K14 when the Xbox One first came out. And at the time, the Kinect was kind of a big thing they were trying to push, and it had voice detection. And I just cursed in the game, and it gave me a technical foul in game because I cursed. And I flipped shit. And that was, like, people are like, oh, that's a fake video. That is 100% me just freaking out because I got penalized in the game.
That part, like, knowing you as a person, like, that part, like the pause and then the shock of what the fuck, like was,
And that-
I was like,
that
oh, that's
blew up quick.
That's Frank.
That blew up. In 3 days, it got 1.5 million views. It was on ESPN. Howard Stern played the audio.
Oh my
It's
god,
any sort of like video gaming / sports related outlet.
Wasn't it on like USA Today or something?
Howard Stern.
It was on Howard Stern. I don't know about USA Today, but it's on like Rant Sports,
I learned
Bleacher
something new
Report,
every day.
Yahoo. put the
Yahoo, that's what I
article.
was thinking of. Yeah, which is crazy.
It was bizarre, but that's kind of why I'm here today.
I just remember when you were texting me and you're like,
we were freaking
dude,
out.
it's going up. And then
We were freaking out.
Oh man, I remember I stayed up late. Like I had like class or something the next morning, but I stayed up like to see the second rerun of it
Yeah,
on TV, and I just was like crying.
I forgot what show it was, but it was on ESPN. They played it, and it was like 12 in the morning. It was really late, and it's just like hearing me fucking just yelling online. Like I'm watching ESPN and hearing myself curse. Like really, like
what is this?
This is what's happened.
Oh god,
So bizarre.
What would you have done if you then had to stick that out as a gaming channel? Like,
Well, I did try. Like the next how many months?
transition?
I didn't transition until that keyboard video because that entire summer I uploaded all gameplay and
Yeah, I
it barely got anything. It was a rough summer for
I
the
got
channel.
some stuff, but like I really miss your funny stuff.
Like Jamal. Like Jamal was I love Jamal. I miss Jamal. Like that was like all my friends like that. It's like they love that.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
ridiculous.
I really miss like, oh man, you made those really good like UFC videos.
Oh yeah, they were pretty
really
fun.
funny.
I worked with Inside Gaming back
Yeah,
then. They're now Funhouse.
Oh my
but
God.
Yeah, I worked with them. I made all their characters, made them fight. James sent me a bunch of voiceover to use.
that was awesome. I do remember
Yeah,
that. Now. That was
it was a lot more fun than I think tech was because it's just obviously it's gaming.
Yeah, you can just do whatever. Yeah.
But
the setup.
the
for that
numbers
must
weren't
have
there.
taken
The numbers weren't there.
Yeah, the setup for that, like the payoff, unless you're like networked with like either
Yeah.
a larger partner or some group of Let's Players or some notoriety, it's hard to break out of that because like gaming channels are one of those things that like there's so much noise on YouTube as far as like there's crap out there and there's people that like can do like high quality content. Like all of us went to school for some level of production, so I'm in television and video.
Yeah.
Frank's in communication, public relations, so like he talks with you guys, and Billy's doing like digital marketing and stuff like that. So it's like, we know what is quality, and it's hard to get yourself out there when there's also a lot of junk unless you do like some serious promoting or like if you make a friend or network properly. And
here's the one thing I want to say about gaming channels. I don't want to offend anybody, but you have to have a very certain level of like a very strange personality.
Yeah, you need
and
charisma.
Yeah,
charisma and just being slightly obnoxious. And when I made that video, if I was like very just like boring about my reaction, it wouldn't have blown up. But it blew up because I freaked out. I was loud. I was yelling. I was cursing. Mm-hmm. And a lot of the big gameplay channels are very obnoxious.
Yeah.
2 channels, and again, I don't mean to offend anybody, but this one kid, Jelly. I watched.
Is that the channel name?
Yeah, it's Jelly. I think something like that.
That's like I feel like it's a coveted name.
But he got over a million subscribers, and he's like, I think like 16 in like a matter of like a few months.
Whoa!
Because in all his gameplay videos, and I saw like one of his videos when he had like around 500,000. Like the next month, he was over 1 million subscribers, and his videos are him like playing GTA with his friends, but putting on this very like
game,
obnoxiously kind of weird voice, like yelling, cursing. Even with PewDiePie, like he's kind of more toned down.
He's
but he does like a lot of like
has no
cursing and some very strange like obnoxious kind of personality.
Well, the editing on those is like so bizarre.
Yeah.
Like,
and when I was trying to do more of the 2K like rage quit kind of videos, that's not me. I don't just like flip out and freak out. And
you do sometimes, but
but I can't like have a sustainable channel doing that. So like I tried a lot to do very similar like rage quit videos on 2K, and it was just like.
Some of them were pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. I could tell when you because I know you. I can tell when it was fake and not.
Like part of it like needs a moment. Like there's like some gaming channels that I watch. Like I love Game Grumps. I think those guys are hilarious and clever. But the only guys I watch are Danny and Aaron because I think they're the only ones that really hit home for me as far as like comedy goes and just their goofiness and just bizarre stuff. Sometimes they go a little overboard for my taste, but. Regardless, I'll go and I'll watch them every day, even though, you might get a couple days of episodes that aren't that hot, But that's okay, because, like, once you get to know those people, and I think that's also part of it, is once you get to know the character and you have a user base that – the cool thing about YouTube is you not only have just, like, people that are watching you, it's not just, like, one way. It's two-way communication. You know,
Yeah.
they can comment, they can hate you, they can love you. I love when you reply to haters. It's
I love
so
it too.
funny.
I love it too.
Well, go in Frank's comments and just like look at like replies to people that just like.
There's not a lot.
Not
No,
too much. I do have
really.
a certain amount of haters.
But like for the amount that you don't get shit on, when you do get shit on, you come up with stuff that's like pretty gold. Like
I try.
yeah.
Keep them on their toes.
Yeah.
That's one thing that's very strange about YouTube. Is just like the comments are just
Yeah.
like, especially
So
from
vicious.
the haters, or people who
I don't
just like
understand that.
try to prove you wrong and your opinion wrong. It's like
Yeah.
you're watching, and it was recently on my LGV10 video. Some guy like wrote this huge thing about why I was wrong about my review. It's like, you're watching my video on my channel about my opinion of a product. How am I wrong about how I feel about something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people do that a lot in like certain videos. Just like, I don't feel the same way you do, so you're wrong. It's like, we all have different opinions. I'm going to express my opinion on my channel.
Yeah.
Unless you got something like blatantly inaccurate, which
Right.
wasn't the case.
That's some other guy, I
Guys
think
are
it was like
vicious.
yesterday, is like, you look like the Q-tip I stuck up my ass. It's just like, that's your comment? Like, where did that come from?
Thank you for your insight.
Yeah, and I was like, stop
And-
flirting with me. Like, that was it. But it's just people, like, I don't get it. It's a very, like you talked about the whole, like, troll culture. Just
Oh, it's
very
disgusting.
strange on YouTube. But yeah, man.
Stop flirting with me.
Yeah.
That was your. This is what I mean. That's
Dude,
awesome.
No, I remember you were always good with that. Like, even like grade school and stuff.
Ah, that's hilarious.
Oh, man.
Jeez. Now, see, that's the thing is like because it's on like line. Does it take you a bit to think of that, or are you immediate? Because sometimes you're
Sometimes.
just immediate with it.
I mean, it depends what their comments are, you know, like...
Okay.
Sometimes I'll kind of like throw a bit of sass back at them if they're trying to like just like prove me wrong or like
Yeah.
be the upper person there. But it's like, if it's an opinion based thing, like don't try to prove me wrong.
Yeah.
Some guy was like, "You're kind of a douche." Like when I was replying to someone, I'm like, "Well, sometimes you gotta throw some sass in the comments." You know? But
no, you just don't lie down. You know,
Yeah,
there are
not-
going to be people who are going to be mean just to be mean, and it's like they want to let that get to you, and it's like you know you're doing something you like, you're enjoying it, spending your time doing it, building it, and making quality content that a lot more people enjoy. So
I'm not making them watch the video. So,
yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
but one thing I wanted to bring up that I forgot to bring up earlier and that I never really announced on the channel was CES.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to CES in,
Oh, yeah.
well, depending on when this airs, probably pretty soon. CES is the 6th to the 9th of January. Today is, what, the 28th? 28th of December.
December,
So that's very soon. I need to pack. I need to get some sort of, like, I don't know.
new underwear.
I'm kind of nervous. Like,
Shit yourself.
first time in Vegas by myself.
Ah,
That's
like,
a big. Have you ever flown by yourself?
No.
Yeah, that's
I've only
gonna
flown
be
like twice in my life.
Dude.
And it was like a 2-hour flight to Florida, across the United States.
Oh,
that's
dude,
So it's
flying
gonna-
is such a cool time. I
Yeah,
love it.
it's gonna be interesting. I'm kind of like
Never been.
cheaping it though, because like I'm taking Spirit Airlines, which is like a very cheap airline, normal plane size, but like the seats are kind of like it's like one of the smallest like leg room.
Okay.
So it's one flight though, 5 hours. I don't know.
Watch
Getting
a
in
couple
Vegas, yeah.
there you go. Podcast.
I'm just worried about transportation because like I talked about earlier,
Uber.
that, but there are like monorails we can get you back and forth for like $2. But it's like I don't know where anything is. I've never been to Vegas, so
Yeah.
finding the different convention centers because it's not all at one place. CES is scattered throughout 4 separate buildings.
Really?
Yeah, so I'm gonna be bouncing back and forth trying to figure out where to go, where all the products are gonna be. I don't know. We'll see.
You could be busy.
It's gonna.
You'll
It
be
is.
tired.
I'm gonna be very busy and tired. And it's like it starts at like 9 in the morning. I don't wake up till like 1 in the afternoon, so it's gonna be tough. Yeah, I'll have to take some like night.
Even on my day off, I still got up at like 8:30 today. And I, was like, I know because I texted you guys. I was like, "Hey, when are we hanging out?" And it was like 12:30.
Yeah.
Hey, Andy, are you alive yet? And it was like 2:30, and it was like, "Yeah."
No,
I'm
I mean,
coming.
I've been on a
You
weird.
guys are
Like I'm
ridiculous.
always on a weird thing. It's like I either like my sleep schedule gets like so ridiculous because it'll keep getting longer and longer and longer and overlap until before you know it I'm up for maybe like 4 hours of daylight, but I'm up all through the night until
Yeah, so that's the thing
until
that I
like
do
10
too.
a.m. and then I'll just like
I don't
rest
do
in the
that.
afternoon. Yeah, well, yeah.
I do a lot of editing at night, so I'll be up
Right,
till like 5, 6 in the morning, then go to sleep. So like I'm still getting a pretty solid hours of sleep.
Yeah, it's
I
just
do
a
the same
different.
thing.
yeah.
It's just a
time.
different time shift. It's like
Yeah.
working like a second or third shift at like a.
But it is annoying on like this type of year where you only get like at 4:30 it's getting dark, and that actually like really fucks up my flow a lot because like not like seasonal depression, but like I'm very like my mood is based around like
Light.
kind of weather. Yeah. It's like when it's raining and shit out, it's very dull. Like I will sleep the entire day, not do a single thing. And that's happening a lot lately. Like I haven't done shit on my channel in a long time. I haven't filmed anything new except for the drone review today.
The drone review. There you go.
Yeah, but CES is gonna be cool. I'm excited to meet up with like a lot of the YouTube friends I've been talking to and gotten to know for the past few months. That's gonna be cool.
That'll be sweet.
Just Vegas, Airbnb, some random guy's house.
On that social, be on that social vibe, like Twitter, Instagram, everywhere. Just
I'm probably gonna try to vlog a little bit while I'm there.
Yeah,
we'll see.
if you have time, if you're not too tired.
Dude, that'd be a good thing for Instagram.
Yeah.
Just saying, you spot people from a distance. Just pick, get them, snap a pic, circle them.
And I'm pumped to meet like the big guys who I've always like looked up to, like MKBHD, Linus.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I'm really pumped for that. MKBHD subscribes to my channel now, which is like a huge milestone for me.
Well, I remember how much you liked Linus when you were first starting.
Yeah.
And when you got him for
I was really pumped when I got
for
him
your
on.
video. Yeah, that series
was
that you're doing.
crazy.
A look behind. 3 episodes, and then I didn't do anything with it.
Did it really take off?
The Linus one got a good amount of views because it's Linus. But yeah, I don't know. People just don't want to watch that. I mean, if I were to watch a show about my favorite tech YouTubers and like what powers their channel, I think it'd be interesting. But I guess not a lot of people are really gear heavy if they don't want to know about that kind of stuff.
Isn't that like? I feel like it's like all you got going on.
Yeah, I know. Like a behind the scenes look.
I hate hardware, but I love this tech channel.
I don't know. I thought it was a cool series. It was cool to work with Linus.
It's all right.
But
it might be able to come back. Yeah,
we'll see.
It could be that like they just don't want to break like the reality of what's going on like, behind the scenes. Like,
well, they also were like
Just give me the cool
YouTube
content.
retention is very, very small. Like 3 minutes average, like 4 minutes max.
Oh, yeah.
And those videos were around like 20 minutes. That's why video podcasts don't really do too well. But I still enjoy doing them. So no matter how many views this gets, I'll be content with it because I like doing it.
It's good to converse and talk with folks and stuff and see what happens because like I'll float around in the comments after.
Yeah, I do too. I always like to
just,
see like what people say,
and then like I'll even be in there. Like I'll interact. I'll probably like I still have like my gaming channel like as my primary account, which I'm hoping to switch over soon because I don't think I'll do too much with it. I mean, occasionally I might like with you guys. Like I think in the next couple of days, if we were to like make something like a multiplayer like co-op thing we were talking about, that'd be kind of cool. Just like do some experience with that or like a, sort of like gameplay podcast-esque sort of thing. That'd be fun. But
I got something I need to talk about.
What?
This is like such a frustration for me, and it's just one thing that I've never wanted to like complain about enough to like Gmail and like Google to get it fixed because I don't know if you actually can. So, all right, my Gmail account is under SheridanAveOfficial@gmail.com. Because in college, I was a part of like a record label, and the name of the band was Sheridan Ave, and they're still around. You should check them out. And I was making them an account for their social media, and by mistake, edited my email address, and it will not let me change it back at all. So for all of my YouTube and anything Google related, which is like a lot of stuff, it's like I have to log in with SheridanAveOfficial@gmail.com. And I took it from them too. So then I had to make like a different one that I forget what we wound up going with, but like
the real Sheridan Ave.
yeah.
Can you like email like?
Well, it's like if you go specifically into the Google things, it's like you cannot change this. It says like very boldly, and I've tried to look it up, and it says like you can't do it. And I just feel like it's gonna be one of those things where they're just like, sorry, you messed up, you can't do it. But it's just so frustrating because all of my YouTube stuff is like associated with that, and I just want it to be my name, and I just totally messed it up. And I looked at it again today and was just like, oh.
They should come up. They should definitely.
Every time I see it, it's just like a slap in the face. It was my own fault, but like, oh man, I just feel so stupid.
That's one of those like things that they don't tell you sometimes, like in like the EULAs or whatever. It's like once you make this, like this can't be changed, or this can't be done, and then like it ends up putting you in like a weird spot. But like they should.
They told me. I think it even said you cannot change this. And I was like, yeah, because I was like talking to them as I was doing it, and I was just like, probably just like some random disclaimer.
Yeah.
Nope.
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna be like, I'm done with gaming.
Oh no! Well, no.
Yeah, I was afraid like something serious was gonna come out. You're like, so I made this email.
Nah. I still want to game.
Yeah.
Still want to make vids.
Cool.
Yeah. Sorry, no, not that serious.
Cool.
I feel like I preface stuff with that, like in my life a lot. I'm like, hey, I got to tell you something. And people are just like,
what's wrong? Billy's gonna tell us something.
And then I'm like, I don't know, I got a new pair of shoes, and they're just like, okay.
Oh man.
That's funny. Got new pair of shoes.
Well, this is probably going pretty long. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know how much
probably.
time.
Did we lose
we
track
had.
of time? I feel like we did.
We probably did. That shut off, and that was 30 minutes.
A while ago, yeah.
Our camera setup is something.
Yeah,
To be
got the
trifled with.
new Ursa Mini. Got
Yes.
got 2 mics going. We had 3
Still going
cameras. It's been real.
That it has.
I really want to do these more often, but it's so hard because in the summer we tried that CES recap podcast,
Oh man.
but there was like a second delay. So like I'd ask something and there'd be like a few seconds of delay, but from when you guys were hearing it, remember? And then like I'd say something else, and it would, like
that
cut
was
each other
when we
off.
called in.
Yeah.
When we did online.
And then I think like your connection ducked out like halfway through.
yeah.
Then we never like went with it. But I would love to do podcasts
Some
more
audio didn't
frequently.
record.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was rough.
We just gotta
We tried some
streamline the
stuff,
process, and then we might be able to figure it
Yeah.
out.
But we all live in different areas. Well, me and you live close,
Pretty close.
but like you live like an
2
hour or
hours
2 away.
Yeah.
Rough.
Yeah, once you graduate high school and college, everything goes separate.
Take advantage of your time while you have
Yeah.
it.
So-
For those of you like, yeah.
It was that thing. We were at Thanksgiving. Usually, it's just like a time to hang out and stuff. And then, like, I just looked my little cousin in the eyes, and I was just like, "You're gonna miss this time." I was just like, "You need to use this while you still can." And I was like, "I'm an adult now, and it scares me so much."
I was periscoping last week, and some kid was like, "I'm 13," and I forgot what we were talking about.
Stop
but-
watching this video and go make.
Yeah, I
something.
was like, 13 was like 7th grade for us. I'm like, we did so much shit. Like all my friends were together. We just hanging out after school.
That's
And went on this huge rant about how everything was awesome when we were like 13. And
Things are like equally as awesome in a different way now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I like being an
Freedoms.
adult. It's
Yeah,
like really cool, but at the same time, it's like the time is
It's
like
just
the biggest
yeah.
thing.
harder to be as awesome as it was.
Yeah.
hmm
It's like
Also, I just feel like everything is so much more just
We
like
have-
innocent.
Yeah.
Where now it's like I realize that there's a lot of like awful people in the world and stuff,
yeah.
and like war and things. You know?
Hang out with your friends while you can.
Yeah.
On
yeah.
weekends after school, hang out with them. Because once you go to college, that's 4 years of separation. Unless you go to school with them, and then once you graduate, who knows? So
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm still living at home, but
Yeah.
trying to move out sometime soon. I need my own YouTube studio.
that'd be cool.
Get that workflow down.
Dude, that'll be a great moment. That'll be awesome.
YouTube, man.
It's fun.
All right.
It's fun.
YouTube.
It's fun for a bit, and then I got like just tired of doing it. Like
Yeah.
just for me.
Well, yeah. It's
It was good practice though. Absolutely
Yeah,
good
definitely.
practice for,
Good stuff.
for.
Dude, I would love to start a channel, but like I don't know like what my thing is.
Yeah.
Like I don't have like a focus. I just like doing a bunch of stuff, and that just doesn't work on
Yeah.
YouTube. You know?
Well, that's why I was talking about like maybe doing like a second channel, just like
Mhm.
something completely different, like
Yeah.
reviewing kids' toys. They get millions of views. We're like a nighttime kid song because I saw a video the other day of this like bear. It was like this like really kiddie song, like 25 million views. So guys, I was like, oh, this is kid friendly. I'm gonna upload it.
We should cover
25 million
popular
views.
songs and dance to them and stuff. Like,
No, no, don't even talk about it.
No. I mean, that's
Okay.
totally a joke.
Alright.
But like, have you seen like those channels where it's just like it'll be like a family of like children,
Yes.
and they'll just cover songs and dance
They
and
lip
stuff,
sync
and
it.
everyone just eats it up. And I'm
Yeah.
like, the production is incredible, actually, but it's just so funny to me, and I'm just like,
Why is this a thing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it is, and it's
No, it's like when you were saying like kids' toys and stuff. Like
A lot of like toy channels have like one of the like top 10 most subscribed channels is like this guy who just reviews kids' toys.
there was a
It's
thing,
insane.
something, some. Oh god, this is so bad. My cousin, my little baby cousin or whatever, who I was hanging out with over Thanksgiving break or whatever, knows how to work an iPad, all that stuff. He's 2. Yeah, crazy. Wow. And he was like viewing these videos like over and over and over. That like it was this guy like separating M&Ms to like kid music by color, and then it would like these are green, yay! Like kid, these are blue. Like yeah, it was crazy. But the thing had like 17 million views.
Yeah, that's where the money's at.
dude, it's crazy to me how like kids now being born
That's so
like
smart.
don't know a world without cell phones and
Yeah.
without like YouTube.
Dude, his
and
attention
stuff.
span's terrible. His
Yeah.
attention span is terrible. Like he can't wait that 5 seconds through that ad in the beginning of the video to skip it. He knows how. He just doesn't want to.
Mhm.
He just keeps
I don't
going
want
through
to
another
either.
thing until. Yeah, but I mean,
No, I
I
get what
can
you're
wait 5 seconds. Like, I get it. He just doesn't. Now maybe it's because he's 2.
Yeah.
But
Well, that's why YouTube like retention's only like 3 minutes.
insane. Be
Well,
patient.
yeah.
Jesus.
I think it's time to wrap up.
Yeah,
I know
that's
we
fine.
could all talk for hours. and
trailing
hours.
off a little bit,
That's
yeah.
what we always do.
And we
but,
probably will once we stop the camera.
Yeah.
That's true.
Hope you guys enjoyed this little podcast. Again, we don't have really a structured name for it. Once we figure out some sort of formula to do these much more frequently and easier, we'll get a better schedule kind of thing going on. But
Try to make a set a little nicer.
hope you enjoyed.
Yeah.
And we got Billy, Andy, we had Troy. Hope you some safe. And
Yeah.
yeah. Hope Hope you guys enjoyed. Comment down below if you know what umami is.
Umami.
Umami.
Although I enjoy mumami.
Umami.
That's like with beef.
Yeah.
All right, I'll put links to most of the stuff we were talking about down below, like the channel videos and Twitter handles. So check the description and Loot Crate. Sign up for that. 10% off. Enjoy it. All right, guys.
See ya.
See ya.